Okay, so this is gonna be a bit of a weird video, but I want to talk about something that I don't think I've ever like talked to anyone like physically. I don't think I've ever actually had a conversation with this, and this idea has always been stuck in like the bottom of my head, for years and years, ever since I was a kid. And I thought I have to make a full video about it, just explaining my thoughts. So what I'm talking about here is something super interesting that I've found out is that there is something super special about the way Rockstar Games design their games. There's a certain type of feeling that I get only with Rockstar Games that I don't get with any other game, and it is crazy that this has been ever since I was even a kid. It's not something that is like new right now, only when I start playing some of these games. No, even the games I've played a while back, or games that I've played not for a whole lot of hours, all of them get me a very specific feeling. And it's extremely difficult to like explain it. So I will try my best, but yeah, hopefully, anyone else maybe will feel like they kind of know what I'm talking about, and that's gonna be easier. But like, I'm still gonna try my best. So it is not about anything regarding the graphics of the game or how big the map is or like the gameplay stuff or whatever things you can do. It's something about the way that when you spend a certain amount of time in a world that is made by Rockstar, the world kind of starts feeling a bit more real and kind of like a real place. Basically, if you ever had this feeling where you were like at work, like a long day or something, then you came back home, driving home, and you kind of went into your neighborhood or something, and your mind started to get that feeling of like, oh, I know this place, I like know how to get around. So you kind of turn off like your GPS or any other app you have, like you kind of know how to get like from the way things look, and from the direction you're coming in, you kind of know exactly where to go and what to do, like, even if you're on foot, right? Not just in a car, but like you had like certain places, even not your home, maybe it's like a friend's house or like something else that you feel like from the layout of the buildings and even the roads, like you get that feeling of like, oh yeah, I know how to get here. This place feels comfortable. This is something that happens to me with pretty much almost every Rockstar game, not all of them, but most of them. And it doesn't have to do with like how much time I've played in every game or like how nostalgic they are, because some of these games I've played recently, and some of them I played when I was a kid. So it's really interesting. And the thing is, I've played a lot of open world games when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, open world games were my favorite genre, because I wanted like the freedom to explore. That was like the one thing I always wanted as a kid. And I remember playing so many games, and the games that were kind of like what I like caught onto me, and the games I really loved were games like Just Cause, like Just Cause 3 and Just Cause 2. You probably even remember I have it on my channel. These were the games I had the most fun with, and I always thought to myself like these are better games than like Grand Theft Auto, because you had more things to do, right? Grand Theft Auto was more about games. The game was more about just you have a portion where you drive, you have a portion where you have to like shoot people and like hit people, and then it's mostly like just driving and shooting, driving and shooting. That's what most the game was, even like the open world stuff. You had obviously like activities, but most of it was just driving and shooting. And then Just Cause and like Saints Row or games like those, I felt like there were more freedom. You had like the grapple hooks and the wingsuit and all that stuff that as a kid, you really want. And I remember that as a kid, I really liked those games a lot more. And only when I've started growing up, I started to feel like those games felt a bit more repetitive than what Rockstar kind of made with their games, and the world feeling a lot more alive, and obviously story, which is not exactly the point of the video, but like the story in like Grand Theft Auto and the way they write games, felt a lot more better as a kid, as a grown up compared to as a kid. But I feel like what they've done is make the world kind of feel special in the way it's connected. Like everything connected to each other in a way that I feel like is thoughtful. Like I feel like the developers like literally went into their worlds and just drove around, or like went on their horses in Red Dead Redemption, or like, okay, does this feel good? Like this feels like this world is alive and like works. It feels like a real world. Like for example, one of the best examples I can give you is Red Dead Redemption 1. I remember when playing Red Dead Redemption 1, even now, I think even now, if you would drop me in Red Dead Redemption, somewhere between, McFarlane's Ranch and Armadillo, I would know how to get to each of these places easily. Like, I would just know by the layout how to get. And I remember, like, that drive, like, that ride from the McFarlane's Ranch to Armadillo, when you see the town getting bigger and bigger, like that's something that, I don't know, makes the game feel so real, like compared to most other open world games, which most of them, you kind of like have that checklist type of vibe, it's just like, oh, I have to get there, I have to get there. It feels kind of like that. In Rockstar games, it does not feel about it. Like, I'm pretty sure almost everybody will know what I'm talking about regarding San Andreas, right? Like, pretty much everybody feels like Grove Street is kind of like that. Like, it's almost like home. You kind of know each and every corner around. And again, maybe that's part of it because we spent a lot of hours in that. But this also happened to me when I started playing Red Dead 2. I remember when I started playing Red Dead 2 and we first arrived to like Valentine, the first city, I remember genuinely feeling like, oh, I know how to get to the campus places, or like some other places where you have to go to like missions. Even like after one time going there, like it just, there's something about the design in their games that just feels like so good, like so just interconnected and real. Like you remember the ways, you remember the direction, you remember where to turn, where to go. Like it is just crazy. It genuinely feels like a one map with so many different ways to get through it, which I think that's something that's just so crazy, and just like how did they manage to do that? Like it happens with every game. And yeah, like even some of my favorite games of all time, like for example The Witcher 3, which I would consider to be my favorite video game of all time, does not have that. And other games, like I played all the Assassin's Creed games as a kid, and like Ghost of Tsushima and Spider-Man games, Batman, Saints Row, so many like amazing open world games, right? And I love a lot of them, like most of them I love a lot. But none of them gave me that feeling that Rockstar gave me with their games. I don't know how to explain that. It just does not feel like it's there to like just complete missions. It just feels like there's something like the developers designed to get you hooked into this world. And this is, in my opinion, one of the main reasons why we always want to go back into this. Like at least me, I don't want to say like we, but like I feel like that's one of the reasons why I always want to get back into this world. And this is one of the biggest things I hope we will get when GTA 6 comes. I hope that it will manage to bring this back. And yeah, that's just the one thing I really want from GTA 6, that specific thing. And yeah, I'm really curious. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you guys feel that when you get to like Los Santos, Liberty City, Vice City, or whatever? Do you guys feel like those are real places you remember in your mind, even without like playing like millions of hours? So then they would exist, or maybe like if you play other games, tell me if that happens to you as well. Like I don't know. I'm really interested. And yeah, guys, that was the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this weird, just random video. But yeah, I think the more we wait for Rockstar to do anything about GTA 6, the more we think about this stuff. And yeah, so see you guys in the next video.